Hello, I've got a MacBook Air with me today. Are Apples overpriced? We're going to talk about that. When you're looking into buying your first Apple computer, you want to really check under the hood when it comes to purchasing a new computer versus a used. There's some differences there. Hi, my name is Brett. If you're new to this channel, I'm just here to help give you a few options when buying your first iMac computer or Apple computer. Now, we all have seen the new shining colors of the brand new iMacs, the brand new MacBook computers, but I'm wondering if these new computers, are they really overpriced? Now, we really have to decide this, and there's only one way to compare. We have to go and dive into the specs. A brand new Apple computer can be very tempting to purchase, but don't fall for the hype. Actually, older Apples may surprise you if you just are willing to have the patience to look under the hood and check out the specs. I could really care less about all of the colors, the aesthetics. If it can't keep up with your workload, it just won't be worth the purchase. For example, I researched about a 2012 MacBook Pro. I know you're gonna say, oh my God, this thing is 10 years old. That is super old. Surprisingly enough, Apple is far, far advanced in the computer world. They're far above and far beyond the PC world. Everybody is really trying to catch up. In comparison, that used computer, the 2012, is probably a CPU of 3.1, a RAM of 16 gigs. The price only runs at about $400 to $700, depending on the size of your RAM and the size of your hard drive, which is a pretty sizable difference if you look at the newer computers, the newer models, as you see here. Wow, look at that price. You're talking of almost $1,000 difference in a used versus a new computer. So if you have the same compatible specs, you're already on the winning side when it comes to buying a used Apple computer. Now, what happens is once you get past the flying colors and the new aesthetics of the new MacBooks, you begin to look under the hood and look at the processing speed. Some of these processors are like 1.7 gigahertz in processing. The RAM is already maxed out. You cannot replace or upgrade your RAM in the newer Mac model, which is really a huge disadvantage when you're running such programs as Adobe Premiere or Final Cut or Logic Pro. That 2012, you can see here, it has a really good processing speed. Now, you just really need to do your homework when it comes to comparing the newer models to the older models. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to go new. If you have the money, if you have the budget, by all means, go ahead and spend that $3K or $4K on the newer models. But as for me, I just really want to get the bang for my buck. And you might say to me, Brett, why don't everyone just buy a used Apple and we don't have to worry about purchasing newer Apples? I would really caution against purchasing an older Apple unless you have researched. I stated in my previous video that Apple actually has a system to where they consistently update their computers. If your computer is older than, say, like a 2013 or 2014, make sure you definitely research this because you will not be able to update your software or your computer system that is beyond a certain year. We want to do the research to make sure, because what happens is you're not protected against spyware. Yes, even Mac computers are susceptible to spyware now, or even malware. You're having these malware programs that are attaching themselves to your computer, and you want to make sure that you are having your computer consistently updated, at least every few months or so. And I did some research last year on purchasing a new Mac, and I was like, wow, this MacBook Air runs at a baseline price, $900 to $1,000, and that's for the baseline model. If you are working in programs such as Adobe, like I said before, you really want to make sure that you have a workhorse that is able to deliver the workload that you're faced with.
I've got all the premium prices.
Yes, they are overpriced. If you're not able to upgrade your RAM or upgrade even your hard drive space, I know we can purchase, external hard drives, but the older Macs actually allowed you to be able to change your RAM or upgrade your your external hard or your internal hard drive. That's a big difference. Apple's newer products, you're stuck with what you have. The specs are what you get. You're not able to upgrade even the specs as they are. What I'm really just saying is do the research. Check out the Macs that you're looking at. I may be incorrect. You may find something that suits you, but it all depends on what you're looking for. I couldn't purchase a Mac computer for the $3,000 that they were asking for because I had no choice. I had to work with the budget that was given to me. And I'm thankful that I was able to find not just one, not just two. Oh gosh, I've got at least 4 or 5 different models from iMacs to MacBook Pros. Haven't purchased the Mini yet, but I'm still in the market to look and see what benefits me.